The last question that we have is from Teddy and Ethan, and they ask what material is used for the different spacecraft, and how do they travel so far. So in terms of what materials are used, it needs to be as light as possible, so that it can be shifted off the Earth as inexpensively as possible. So that's things like carbon composites and aluminium that has been honeycombed. So there's a lot of space there, but you still get the structural integrity. And so the heaviest thing on board a lot of spacecraft is actually like the titanium fuel tank, and it's filled with fuel. Here's a look at some of that honeycombed aluminium. And so this is a real weight saver. You don't want anything too heavy going up into space. And then it's sandwiched between two aluminium plates. So in terms of how spacecraft power themselves, if you're in the inner solar system, then using solar panels is really effective. If you're in the outer solar system, then you need to look more towards some solar panel usage, perhaps, if you're like in Jupiter, closer in, but mostly you need to look towards other methods of energy production, such as RTGs. So an RTG is a radioisotope thermoelectric generator. It produces power from the breakdown of the radioactive substance plutonium. Now what you're looking at is not an RTG. They're quite boring. Some of them are as big as people, and they can vary in size depending on the size of your spacecraft or whatever else you're going to be using it for on Earth. What you are seeing is a flux capacitor, and hopefully your teachers will get the reference, even if you don't, so you can ask them about that one. The question about how these spacecraft travel so far is not just how much fuel they have on board and how they power themselves. We also used gravity assist. So if we want to get into the outer solar system, we're not just going to fly straight towards the planet that we're aiming for. We're going to speed ourselves up by effectively slingshotting ourselves around a different planet. So this happened with the New Horizons space probe, is we put the smallest, lightest spacecraft that we could on a massive rocket and gave it a massive oomph, and it took off faster than anything else has left Earth. We then slingshotted ourselves around Jupiter, so we get just close enough to Jupiter for the gravity of Jupiter to act like a slingshot, so it doesn't pull us in because we're a bit too far away, but we're just close enough for it to speed us up and shoot us off further into the outer solar system.